What's the biggest WTF gift you've ever received? A jar. When I was 12, my mum got me a mason jar once 'cause her maiden name was Mason and she gave it to me as a middle name. I hate the name Mason. A book called This Is Why You're Single, Thanks Mom. Inside the cover was just a mirror. My mother-in-law has given me every messed up, self-help book for the first 10 years of my marriage to her son. She sucks. I started sneaking them back into her bookshelves over the years. It's become a highlight of laughter for my siblings and I, they think she sucks too. I was given a large industrial light bulb, think of a cylinder the circumference of a soccer ball and about 15 inches tall, by my uncle. He told me it was worth a lot of money and would be hard to find another one if I ever needed one. My mom last year decided she didn't want to go off of my Christmas list anymore because she wanted to surprise me. One of my gifts was a framed painting of two penguins. I was confused and it has been sitting in my closet for a year now. My mom called me the day Alan Rickman died to ask if I'd heard the news. It was a little after the holidays, and she told me later in the conversation she had one more surprise Christmas gift she had forgotten to give me. I did not realize these things were linked until the next time I visited and she surprised me with a portrait of Alan Rickman as Professor Snape. She said she bought it the day he died, just for me. I have no particular affinity for the actor or the character. It's also sitting in my closet. I once got posters of the Jonas Brothers and Zac Efron even though I never was into any of them. The biggest extent of my familiarity with them was the teen pop magazines I read at the time. My grandpa was so proud to have found these posters of the Jacob Boys and Ethan Frats, however. Last Christmas my mum got me a pair of XXL flannel pajamas. I'd been shopping with her the day she got them, she said they were for an aunt, and bought myself some pajamas in a medium, as we were talking about how I'd lost weight over the last couple of months since coming off my antidepressants. She also asked that day if I liked flannel and I told her I couldn't wear it because it causes my psoriasis to flare all over my body. My grandparents bought me a 5XL pair of sweatpants. Now I'm a big dude, but I've never been over a 3XL for anything. It was nice of them, and to be fair they are incredibly comfy because it's like wearing a sleeping bag on my body. LMAO. 16th birthday, then girlfriend's dad gifted me a pair of sexy red lacy thong panties. I still don't know if he was suggesting that I sleep with his daughter, his wife, or him. Was nearing my 16th birthday and my family kept dropping hints about a car. Wasn't expecting anything newer than 10 years old as we were barely middle class. A car would have been great as waiting for my mom to drop me off, pick me up from work sucked. For 3 damn months they kept asking me about what I thought of certain cars. Talking about how I'd have to learn how to do basic maintenance. How to keep it clean looking so people wouldn't think bad of me when I got a car. The day comes and there's a box just big enough to hold a small item such as a car key. They gather round and proudly hand it me. As I open it I realize it's a Hot Wheels car. They didn't even spring for a new one. They gave me a broken Hot Wheels car from a toy box I didn't realize I still had. A box of Band-Aids with Shakespearean insults printed on them. Do you bite your thumb at me, sir? I would totally wear one on my thumb if I had them. A pair of diabetic socks from my mother-in-law. I'm not diabetic. I think she just thought they were warm socks for around the house and didn't read what they were really for. Did she at least also give you insulin so you could inject the diabetic socks and help maintain their sugar levels? A deactivated hand grenade duct taped to the head of an African-style spear. For my bridal shower my mother-in-law gave me an old bikini. How do I know it was old? The elastic was crusty. Gross. My ex-mother-in-law got me paper napkins for our first Christmas together. Not even nice ones. Off-brand cheap ones when she got everyone else expensive gifts. She also referred to me as her son's friend for the first 2 years of our marriage. Maybe not WTF in the general sense, but certainly poor timing. My husband's parents gifted him his cemetery plot on his 50th birthday. One for me, too. I got a bunch of clothes one year for Christmas from my grandma. I was super excited about getting all these clothes because my mom was making me buy all my own clothes at that time. I was 12. Then I see the sizes. They are sized for someone who is 6 years younger than me. So my sister got all my clothes. An Egyptian pharaoh pen when I was in middle school. It was all gold-colored, and the pen barrel stuck out between his legs. Needless to say, I was mocked mercilessly by my classmates for having this massive Egyptian dong pen. A book on how to pray for my husband from my mother-in-law. We're not the same religion. I received a little book of prayers from my neighbor when I was little. Didn't understand at the time why my mom wouldn't let me read them because I didn't yet understand the concept of different religions. A small cube of dirt. Just dirt. As a soil scientist, I'm intrigued. Do you know where it was from? I would love a cube of dirt from my hometown or where I got married or something like that. Can't remember how old I was, somewhere between 8 and 10, when I went to my aunt's wedding, mother's sister. I can't recall why I was upset, but apparently I was grumpy the night before and during the wedding. That Christmas my aunt sent me a book on etiquette for girls while my siblings got decent presents. I cried and my dad was livid. A few years later my aunt apologized and said it was uncalled for. I got a can of shaving cream. I was 11 and couldn't grow a mustache to save my life. Still can't, and I'm pretty sure the can is still under my bathroom sink. I was 18. It was Christmas. I was not an electrician. My dad bought me a roll of electrical insulating tape. Maybe not the most WTF, but at my old company, we had a secret Santa gift exchange. The manager drew my name, and gifted me a very clearly used Zoodler. He proceeded to explain, in front of everyone, that though I would have more use for it, as he only ate real noodles. I don't work there anymore. Every year for Christmas my mom calls me and tells me I have to get my stepdad a $300 bottle of scotch and she wants at least $100 cash. What do I get? A bottle of shampoo. Every year for the last 8 years. My mom organized a complete wardrobe as a gift for me, from the Kathy Lee line Kmart had. I was 12. My clothing choices at the time were tie-dye and band shirts, baggy jeans, overalls and Airwalk sneakers. Everything was something you'd see in a church mom's closet. It was all hideous and I was expected to be super grateful. My mother is the master at giving WTF gifts to my wife. With her, it is hard to tell if she intends them to be insulting or is just clueless. 3 examples. First, she gave my wife a fancy mop. She claimed she was just so excited by the special features of this mop, she thought my wife would love it. My mother hires a maid to do her housework, I've never seen her use a mop. Second, she gave my kid, when he was a baby, a hat that said "Chick Magnet" on it. She claimed she thought it meant he's followed around by cute baby chickens. Third, she gave my wife this thing, like a one-piece sleep outfit, with pictures of Betty Boop on it, and cow print, complete with a sort of fabric udder. My aunt, who grew up in our house and has been to our house several times, once gave me a whole load of bath salts and accoutrements. We don't have a bath. When I was a kid, 6 or 7, I had surgery on nearly all of the fingers on my dominant hand, the other hand came later. Scary surgery for a kid, though pretty simple, mostly boring and a few weeks of pain. My aunt, who I love, sent me a coloring book in the hospital as a cheer up, pass the time gift. If it's the thought that counts, I like to say, we should think hard. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with film, I still am, and wanted nothing more than a video camera, and in the late 90s they weren't cheap for a young teenager. I told my parents for 2 years that I wanted a mini DV camera, as their old VHS was horrible quality and enormous. Christmas came that second year and I got some clothes, candy, and a video game. Then they said, "Oh yeah, we have 2 more things for you, open this one first." I opened the first gift and it was a nice camera tripod. I opened the second smaller box and it was a nice camera bag case. I looked at my parents confused and they said, "When you buy your own camera, these will come in handy." For Christmas, my mom once gave me coupons to a restaurant that had recently went out of business. I was dating this girl and she got me an ice luge thing to take shots from. The problem was I don't drink, she knew I didn't drink. I honestly think she got it gifted to her and regifted it to me. Goes without saying we didn't last too long. Not to sound ungrateful, but it's what I didn't receive, I guess. I'm super into quads and dirt bikes and have been wanting one for a while, and my parents knew about this. Well, on my 13th birthday, my parents decided to buy my sister, who doesn't even ride, an expensive quad. At first I thought it was a joke and that they were going to give it to me, but no, it was all hers and I didn't get anything for my birthday. I randomly went to some extended family Christmas event and they gave me a woven basket. Within 10 minutes, they had asked for the basket back. It meant something to them. I didn't really care, I thought it was odd and funny. Christmas, 1993. I was 11. My grandma gave me one half of a pool cue. She gifted the other half to my then 8-year-old brother. Grandma, see? You can only use it if you two cooperate and share. We did not own a pool table. A pet rat, based on me having told the gifter that when I was in elementary school I liked the school's pet rat. I was 26 when I received this gift. Rat turned out to be a very good rat boy and we mourned his loss approximately 2 years later. A cheese and champagne gift set that had the champagne and most of the other goodies taken out of it. So cheese in a mostly empty box. My uncle is notoriously cheap. One year he gave me a magazine that had Ichiro Suzuki on the cover. It was a free magazine, as it stated on the bottom of the cover. Another year he also gave me a free t-shirt he had gotten for running a race. Possibly the best, was the birthday gift he gave my dad one year, a McDonald's Happy Meal toy. I have been disabled my entire life. It affects the footwear choices in my life. My mom has bought me dozens of pairs of slippers that I cannot wear. Sometimes multiple pairs per year. I have given up at this point. I just give them away. When I was a teen, before I moved out, she also had given me embroidered dish towels with weird sayings. She also refuses to actually get my damn size and just holds clothes in the air and looks at them to decide if it looks like it should fit. A lavender gift set, eye mask, cream, perfume, from my mother-in-law. I am severely allergic to lavender, and she knows this. For my 35th birthday, my mom cut some rags from my dad's old t-shirts. She very lovingly folded them and tied them with a ribbon. She also gave me a box of assorted buttons. Thanks. Edit, by old t-shirts, I mean old pajamas, undershirts and an ancient flannel shirt. Not cool old sentimental t-shirts. My dad is still around wearing that stuff. Barbecue sauce. I was in the Navy and the MWR reps got $20,000 to just spend on gifts and whatnot for a Christmas raffle. They were giving away Xbox Ones, PS4s, Fitbits, Beats headphones, Bose headphones, designer purses, a lot of good stuff. So all 200 plus of us have tickets and we're waiting for our numbers to be called out. A pack of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce gets pulled out and I'm the lucky winner. Out of all the stuff in that $20,000 pile of stuff, I get barbecue sauce. We're on a ship. We have no access to a kitchen. Also, who the hell buys barbecue sauce for a Christmas gift raffle? Edit, I was mostly upset that I got the sauce 1 month into the deployment we were on. We had 8 more months to go and I had no access to the kitchen on board.